Hey there, and welcome to the ACMG tutorials. So, in the past tutorials, we've been making a game, from start to finish, kind of, getting the feel of different objects and items inside the game, and even creating our own ridiculous Zelda tile set. So, the thing I want to go over in this tutorial is how to actually add sounds and music into the game. Now, the sounds and music really makes a game, and depending on what you're doing, you can really make an awesome sounding enhancement, or it can just be terrible. So you really have to pick your style when you go with music to not break that connection for the player. So if you're making like an 8-bit or 16-bit kind of retro game, I have the awesome solutions of a lifetime for you. So I'm not, again, like an audio engineer or anywhere close to being able to make my own sounds effectively. Granted, I did make a really fun game that I used my desk pretty much for all of the sounds that I made. It was interesting. So let's jump right into it. Let's see. When we play the game, what do we have? We need to find out what kind of sounds we need for the game. It looks like we're going to need a little menu hover sound, and then obviously a click sound when we click on it. So let's start with that. And to create a sound, you right-click on Sounds and hit Create Sound. And it's going to bring up the dialog box where you can add your sound in. Well, we don't have a sound and you can't make them in this, so you have to get them from an external source. And I have just the thing. There's a software called SFXR, and you can search for it on the internet and download it. And you can use this to create some interesting sounds. But again, they're all like 8-bit kind of stuff. So when you open it, it's going to look like this, and you can do anything from power-ups to coins to shooting to selects, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to use this software for the game. So let's just go through a couple of instances of what this does. And let me turn up my sound just a little bit so you can hear it all. Okay. Maybe even more. And I can turn up the sound here. And so that randomizes it. And you have so many different options that you can do just by clicking on these buttons. And you can mess with it, find the sounds that you want. It's really neat. So we're going to do a selection deal. That sounds good. Alright, so that would be like a hover. And you can go through and modify sounds if you want to, but I'm just going to go straight to exporting it. And I'm going to export it to a WAV file. Just put it on my desktop, and menu hover. Alright, and so back to our Game Maker Studio. Well, I'm going to name this sound SND menu underscore hover. And I'm going to open that file that I just created. And make sure it works. Okay, it works. And you can mess with the settings. If you know a little bit more about audio and how you can compress this, feel free to change the settings for it. I personally don't mess with it in this software. I use Audacity for most of my audio sound stuff. Alright, so now that we have the sound added here, and the naming convention for a sound is SND, or if you want to really specify what this is, like a sound effects, you can do SFX for sound effects. For like music and stuff, it's BGM for background music, BGS for background sound, just different stuff so you know what you're doing. I like SND for generic sounds and stuff, and then when I type it, it can IntelliSense what I'm looking for. I'm actually going to change the volume. After you close it, or hit OK, and you open it again, you get this volume option. So I'm just going to tone it down a little bit for the game. Alright, so let's go into our menu object and our menu new game. Whenever it is mouse enter, remember how it has the hover effect? We can add our sound too. And the way we do this, there's an audio engine inside Game Maker, and so you can manipulate a lot of the audio files just by changing the code for it. So for this one, it's going to be audio, and this is going to be a sound that we're playing. and let's see, audio play, sorry. So it's going to be audio play underscore sound, and then you have an option for music and stuff too, which I'll show you. So audio play sound, and it's going to ask you for the sound ID, which is SND, and there it is right there, menu hover. And then the priority, this is, you know, what should be playing first kind of a deal, and normally when I play sounds I don't like to overlap a lot. So 0 is fine, and then is this going to loop? Heck no, we don't want that buzzing sound. So 0 or 1 for true or false. If you had like engine sounds or something, you could make it hover, or background music. So I'm going to do the same thing to the exit, so I'm going to actually copy that. I'm going to open up menu exit, and on mouse hover, I'm going to make it play the sound. So let me go ahead and play it. And when I hover, it should make sounds. Perfect. Alright, so it worked. Okay, and we are done with that. Now we're going to get the one for the clicking. Okay, export that one, and this will be menu click. Alrighty then. We are going to add the sound, create a new sound, we're going to open it up, and we're going to call this SMD menu click, and hit OK. Make sure we open it up, and that was ridiculous. Okay, save it, and then on new game, whenever the left is pressed, it's going to play the sound and then start a new game. So we want to put this before it this time. So audio play sound menu click 0 0. And then I'm going to copy it over into the menu exit one as well. Hit OK. Hit OK, hit OK, save the project, and test run it. And this would be effective if you had more menu options and stuff too. Okay, so we're in the game. Now some more sound effects that we're going to need. What it looks like is a shooting sound effect, and a and fixing the enemy for sure. That's a small glitch on some of them. Alright, so a shooting sound effect is what we need, and an impact sound is what we're going to need. So whenever a bullet hits something and whenever somebody shoots. And let's just make it so when the player shoots it makes that sound. So let's go back to the software, and let's get a shoot. I like that. Let's export that one, and this will be SND player underscore shoot, and then we need one for impact. Ooh, that was good. There we go, perfect. Export that one, and SND player hit. Alright, and go ahead and create the sounds. Let's do the shoot. Okay, and then we're going to do the player getting hit. Save those. Okay, and then whenever a bullet hits an enemy, let's play the sound, and then, yeah. So we're going to play the sound and then have it destroy it. Hit sound, and then we're also going to add this to the enemy's bullet for when it hits the player. Just copied and pasted it in there. Alright, and then we want it every time the player shoots, it's going to play that sound. So whenever the space key is pressed, It shoots a bullet, so before the shooting of a bullet, we want it to play the sound. And you gotta change this player hit to player shoot. And hit OK, save it, and let's open it and try it out. Okay, so such a funny sound. Alright, so when it hits something. Okay. Oh, see, it worked when I got hit too. Oh, there's a tree shooting at me. Oh, it's so funny. I love making stuff because you never know what you're going to get out of it when you're just messing around. It's funny, but really irritating when you're trying to get it to actually do what you want. Obviously, I set this up so it's random, so it doesn't bother me. Oh, one more hit and I'm dead. Oh, dang it. Alright. So everything works, and the next thing we're going to do is add music. And there's a really cool website. Like I said, I'm good at finding some of this stuff. I've been doing it for a while, so I get lazy and look for, you know, some of the best tools. And a really good place to go is nosoapradio.us. And this is royalty-free music. This guy, I don't even know who he is, but he is amazing, and I thank him for all of his hard work. So this tool here is really neat, and you can get, you know, what kind of music you want. You know, you can get all types. We'll just do a current one. You get the genre, and this looks like a an adventure RPG or an action. We can do retro since we have the sound effects retro. And then we want title music. Let's go classical. Let's go chill. I mean, there's so many things you can do. Let's search. Alright, so when you hit search, it pops up this menu down here, and you can scroll through the music one by one, or you can scroll through it page by page. And I'm just going to pick a random one and see if we can get one good. And, I don't know, H2O. See that? And you hit play. Really slow start. Let's try this next one. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Alright, I'm going to refresh the page and try it again. Yeah, it may be the fact that I don't have whatever that is. Let's try this. Alright, so I'm going to try it here now. Sorry about that. Alright, so current. Let's go retro title. Alright, so let's try a random one. There we go. I like that. So I'm going to save it. Automatically saves it for you. We'll listen to it while I'm adding it in the game. And so, the same thing with the sounds. You go ahead and you just add it in there. And this time it's going to be a BGM, and we're going to load it as title. And it changes it to red, so now you know it's a different file type. It's not a wave, it's an MP3. And this is, if you want to make background music, definitely an MP3. Alright, so since we're going to add it to our game, I'm going to close that. Stop it. It was really interesting, though. I like that. Alright, so let's see. We're going to make an object called music controller. And this is just going to, on its create event, we are going to add this code where it plays music. So play the background music. And it's the same thing, audio, play, and instead of sound, it's actually going to be music. And so this will allow, you know, the music and the sounds to play next to each other seamlessly. It sounds good. And so this one is BGM, title, and then we definitely want it to loop. So 1 is for looping. And actually, since the player ends up going back to the title, we want to make sure we stop the BGM so it doesn't play it again. So the way we do this is audio underscore stop. Let's just do stop music, and then it'll play it again. Now there's ways to transition into this, and that's okay too, but for the sake of demonstration, it's okay just to do that. And so after it creates it, it'll be good to go. And so I'm going to put this into my global variables as well as the collide just to organize things. And then in the room title, we are going to go to the objects and add the music controller to the room. Alright, click OK, save the game, and so when I start it, it should play it. It's converting it right now. I died. But as you see, when I went back to the title, it stopped it and played it again. And because of the type of sound, it made it like seamlessly. It was awesome. You know, it didn't even break the immersion. So that is how you add sounds and music into your project. And as simple as it was, I hope you guys enjoyed doing it. Again, the software is called SFXR, so Sound Effects Resource Generator something. I don't know what the R is. I just use it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And the other one is called nosoapradio.us, and that is the place where you can get music for your game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I look forward to the next one with you guys. Catch you later.